Shares of Tejas Networks surged 7% in the run-up to the company's Q2 earnings, which are due to be released later in the day. The upmove in the stock was also triggered by a surge in trading volumes in the counter, and as many as 18 lakh shares of Tejas Networks changed hands on the exchanges, which is significantly higher than the 1-month average traded volume of about 4 lakh shares. Ajmera Realty and Infra India shares advanced over 8% after the companies raised 225 crore on a preferential allotment to marquee investors. Shares were issued at an issue price of 711 rupees per equity share, which comes at about a 12% discount to the previous session's closing price. Shares of IT giant Wipro surged nearly 5% after the Q2 earnings exceeded expectations on all major fronts, marking its first sequential revenue growth in 6 quarters of decline. Wipro's consolidated net profit for Q2 rose by nearly 7% quarter-on-quarter to Rs 3,209 crore, far surpassing Moneycontrol's estimate. Mascar Dock shares jumped 8% as the company announced it was mulling a stock split and an interim dividend in its board meeting on October 22. The company also has fixed the record date of October 30th for the purpose of payment of this interim dividend if approved. Axis Bank shares jumped 4% as the private lender delivered an impressive second quarter, with net profit surging to 6,900 crore, which was driven by robust co-lending income amid strong credit demand. Following this performance, several brokerages have issued bullish calls on the stock. Shares of IT giant Infosys slipped as much as 4% in the opening session, a day after the company delivered a slight miss in its Q2 earnings. The company reported a consolidated net profit of Rs 6,506 crore for Q2, which reflected a 2.2 sequential increase, although it did fall short of Moneycontrol's estimates. Manappuram Finance stock crashed about 15% a day after the central bank (RBI) barred the gold finance's subsidiary Asirvad Microfinance and other NBFCs from disbursing loans. The Reserve Bank of India's action has also led to brokerage downgrading their ratings on Manappuram Finance. According to the central bank, there were multiple concerns regarding the pricing policy of these NBFCs, which are deemed to be in excess and not in compliance with the current regulations. Shares of Polycab India fell over 5% even after the electrical goods company reported inline earnings for the quarter ended September. The firm reported a 3.6% on-year increase in net profit to 445 crore. The company achieved its highest ever Q2 sales, driven by a robust 28% growth in the domestic cables and wires segment. City gas distribution players Indraprastha Gas and Mahanagar Gas shares cracked up to 14% after announcing that the priority allocation of gas to these CGDs is being cut sharply to about 50% from levels of 70%. The managements of both of these companies expect an adverse impact on their profitability. Shares of Tanla Platforms tanked close to 7% as investors fled the stock after the company reported dismal earnings for the July-September period. The net profit for the company sank 9% on-year to 130 crore, while revenue fell about 1%. Revenue from the company's digital platform segment declined nearly 8% year-on-year to about 88 crore.